Yes people, my name is Tom Kettle Fitness, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of sleep and getting your Z's. Before we start this video, please make sure to like and subscribe right now. Just do it, there's no reason not to. Just hit the thumbs up button, hit the red button. Still waiting, just do it. I'm not starting the video until you do. If you weren't already aware, last week was National Sleep Awareness Week. This week being Monday the 22nd of March. Depending on how proactive I am will depend on when this video comes out, but as of today it is Tuesday the 23rd of March, and for the last 7 days I have been trying to get 8 hours of sleep in every single night and trying to see the benefits that it has on my life. So I did film the first half of this video explaining everything about a week ago, but yeah, that video got lost in the void of videos that will never see the light of day on YouTube, because you know, with the wondrous modern technology, I can't take a 6-minute video from last week because it doesn't want to, because it's on the cloud or something. But you know, I'm totally over that, and I'm totally fine with the fact that I had to just start from scratch. And are you fucking serious? Why wouldn't I just... What, so that's not going to go in there just because that's fucking 6 minutes long? You fucking God! But yep, this is the last day. Yesterday technically was the 7th evening, and what have I been doing? Well, I've been using the Apple Watch. Yeah, this is the Apple Watch Series 4, and I set it up so that every night at 9 o'clock it'd tell me, right, your 1 hour of wind down is starting right now, bro. So get into bed, you know what I mean? So I'd take like half an hour getting my shit together for the next day, and then about 9:30 I'd try to be in bed and read, you know, a few pages of my book, or however much I could read in that 30-minute time frame. Now, first 2 days I started off proper strong. Yeah, I was in bed by 9, reading. First day, I went to sleep at like literally like 9:45, got 8 hours in. First night I was like, bang, this is easy. Second day, a little bit later, but still got that 8 hours sleeping. Third day is when it started to go downhill, because you think, right, this is easy. You know, I can get into bed a few minutes later, I can wake up a few minutes later, it's fine. But I tell you what, if you get a sleeping routine and you break that routine by just 15 minutes, right, it breaks shit up. Now, another thing about like technology and compatibility and stuff like that, you can see the health app on your phone. As soon as you go on your iPad, there is no health app. So me being the brainy geezer that I am, I got some screenshots up, and yeah, I'm going to flash these up on screen anyway so you can see them easier. But first 2 days, 8 hours sleep, done. One break, yeah, the break in the line is like disturbance in the night or something where you wake up. Right, that third day, where I missed the mark by about 10 minutes, woke up 3 times in the night. Fourth day, yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. Went to bed about midnight. I woke up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the night. Yeah, I got 8 hours sleep, but I'm pretty sure it messes it up if you have like breaks in that cycle. That Sunday, even though I went to bed like really late, doesn't seem that bad. And Monday, that I'm guessing that's Sunday night, bit of a shocker there. Yeah, not great for trying to, you know, start up for school the next day, but like, you know, you can't do much about it. How did I do this? What were my goals? What were my steps? Well, the goals was to get 8 hours of sleep every night. I was using the Apple Watch. It was tracking my heart rate, tracking my sleep. I was making sure everything was turned off, so my phone, my computer, my iPad, everything was off, do not disturb. The only piece of technology I had on me was the Apple Watch, and you put it in bedtime mode, which restricts all notifications and just gives you this boring screen with the time and the date on. Now, do you need an Apple Watch to get 8 hours of sleep every night? Of course you don't. All you need to get 8 hours of sleep every night is a strong mindset. Yeah, just say to yourself, look, I'm going to be in bed by 9:30, 10:30, depending on what time you need to wake up in the morning. I wake up at 6:05 every morning because I have to get a bus at like 5 minutes to 8, and I know that sounds like I'm giving myself ages, but even though I've literally got no air to do in the morning, I still manage to take about an hour and a half to get ready just for no reason. So I have an early alarm, so that means I have to be asleep by 10:05, which means, you know, you've got a bit of that wind down time to get yourself in the right frame of mind to be sleeping. You don't want to be worrying about anything. I noticed that on the nights that I didn't read, and I was still had these other things going through my head, wasn't great for the sleep. It showed up on the data, and you know, don't take the data to a T, but it should be used as a good kind of guidance, because you can see on the charts. I'll get the ones of the my heart rate from last night. Yeah, it starts off at 78, which was quite low because I'd been reading a book. It goes down, 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 minimum 60 beats per minute. And that is interesting because that minimum was what, like an hour or so before I woke up, which is where that kind of, that, you know, what, like REM cycle or whatever, that's when you start dreaming, and that's why it all happens just before you wake up. To, you know, if you have a nightmare, that's why it's like you come straight out of the nightmare. But yeah, learned something interesting at school last week. It was like there's 2 stages. You've got your physical repair, which for someone like me, and probably for a lot of you guys that are watching or into fitness, you know, even lifting weights loads, you need, you know, your muscles need to repair if you've got a bruise or something, or the cut from playing sports or whatever, that needs to repair. It's going to make your skin look better, make your hair grow faster, which is what I'm looking out for. But yeah, it does all that, great. First 4 hours I think it was. And then there's a break, which you can see on the graphs. There's a little break, and then it goes into the mental repairs. Like, I'm doing my A-levels at the moment. I need them, like the connections to be being made in my brain so that I don't forget everything. One thing that I noticed this week was that I can remember shit a lot better. Like, I can just remember stuff. Like, I tell you what, it's the 1 year anniversary of the first lockdown today, and I was just thinking back to you know, before I started going out again, in the first couple of months, 2-3 months, I spent the whole time, you know, I was still exercising in here, but I was watching a lot of TV, playing a lot of Xbox, staying up until 2-3 in the morning doing GTA heists. I can barely remember anything that happened in that first lockdown, staying at home, and I guarantee that is because the sleeping was so fucked that those neurological connections were just not being made. What else have I noticed? I felt a lot sharper, a lot fitter. I felt like I've been able to just do things easier, been able to just be alive better, if that makes any sense. I've felt sharper. You know, most mornings I have an espresso to wake me up, give me a kick up the arse before I go to school. But on a few days this last week, I've woken up and thought, you know what, I don't need that shot of caffeine this morning because I already feel bright and breezy. So yeah, there's no denying that getting a good amount of sleep does wonders for your, you know, yourself physically, like repairing muscles, bones, stuff like that. Mentally, obviously, if you've got any mental health issues, yeah, I know, I think last week was National Mental Health Awareness Week as well or something. It's going to help with that. I'm not saying it's going to cure anything, but it probably will help. It's going to help you remember things better. You're just going to be in a better mood overall, which I think a lot of people, who doesn't want to be in a good mood? Yeah, everyone wants to be in a good mood. Nobody wants to be waking up every morning feeling groggy, feeling tired. You don't want to feel tired in the morning. You're supposed to feel tired before you go to bed. So I'm just saying, I know a lot of people like to sit around and watch TV at the end of the night. I like to do that. But what I've done this week is just switch the telly on earlier, get my stuff done earlier, and then go to sleep, get a good night's sleep, wake up feeling refreshed in the morning, and you spend a lot less time procrastinating. That is, and I'm a massive procrastinator. I've hardly spent any time the last week doing nothing, except for Saturday and Sunday, but that's a weekend, so it doesn't count. But yeah, I really recommend getting your sleep in. And I've been borrowing my dad's Apple Watch. I'm sure, you know, if some of your parents have Apple Watches, just say to them, can I borrow this for a day, 2 days, a week? I'm sure they won't mind, even if it's just when you go to sleep, just to give you that nudge where it just buzzes and it says it's time to wind down. And in the morning, if you get your 8 hours sleep, it gives you a nice message saying, well done, you've hit your 8 hour sleep goal. Now, my average for the last week has been like 7 hours and 43 minutes or something. I'd say that's pretty good. I didn't hit my goal, but this week I'm going to try and hit it. I'm going to keep doing this for as long as I can, because A, who doesn't want to read before they go to bed? Like, I'm reading a book on the Cold War. You know, educate yourself, make yourself a more well-rounded person. You know, good to know shit, it's good to read. You get better information out of a book than you ever will on YouTube. Everybody needs that physical repair, that mental repair, and that refreshed feeling in the morning. The best way that I could describe getting a good night's sleep is when you wake up, you feel like your brain has had a shower. You know, when you get in a cold shower and you get out the shower, you've done, you know, you've washed your hair properly, you washed everything else, you just feel refreshed, don't you? It's like when you've got a really dry mouth and you take a sip of cold water. That's what getting a good night's sleep feels like, but for your head. It's like taking your brain out, dipping it in a bath, leaving it in there to have a good soak, and then putting it back in your head again. It is one of the best feelings that I've ever felt, and gets rid of that you know, when you don't get a lot of sleep, you get that twitchy eye thing, your eye starts twitching. That disappears immediately after one night. But anyway, that is my overview of what happens when you get a good night's sleep. I'm sure if I've missed anything, I'll add it in the voiceover, and I'm sure I have missed something because I basically just stood here for the last 10 minutes rambling on about my experiences. However, I think I'm gonna make a video on like the top 5 things or whatever, on how to get a good night's sleep. If you're interested in seeing that video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to let me know in the comments. This has been Tom Kendall Fitness. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please make sure to subscribe so that you know, see all my videos when they come out, because they're all excellent. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at TomKFitness. I will see all you guys in the next one.